Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda, the musical office of Dr. Joseph Stephen Skoda III. You know, music brings a little harmony to our lives. It really does. Often we have stress. A lot of things go on with the friends, the family, the co-workers. We can just listen to a little bit of music for a short period of time. It often soothes our soul. It often calms us down. Well, I'm not here to talk about music especially, but I'm here to talk a little bit more about harmony and what brings that stress down, not just in our lives, but those around us. I want to talk about volunteerism. Yes, you heard it, volunteerism. When is the last time you volunteered to do something? Yeah, you might have volunteered to do the dishes, or it was voluntold, or you volunteered to get out of bed so you can take the kids to school or go to the job yourself. Yeah, I guess that's one way to volunteer because you get a reward, and it's usually a monetary reward in that aspect. You know, I retired from the military, wow, 16 years ago, a long time, and I loved it. I had a purpose. I knew what I was doing. I know my job was real important in defense of our country, and throughout that, I was able to earn several college degrees. So I had part-time jobs, even working for colleges, and another one building houses, as well as working on the flight line and fueling airplanes. A lot of different things I did, but those all helped me make the money and pay the bills. It was exciting. I got to learn new tricks of the trade, new skill sets I didn't have. I didn't know how to build a house. And today my legs are a little shaky, some disabilities going on, but I could do things, about eye level. If I have to climb on ladders, I'm no good. But I'm good at eye level. I can be a good service to someone who has more disabilities than me, or someone's a little bit more elder, where I can pull their weeds or cut their grass, prune the petunias. I don't even know what a petunia is, but I'm sure I could do that if I'm taught and showed how to do it. And when you spend a little time volunteering your own time to help someone else out, it's usually a good feeling for them, a good feeling for you, and it brings that harmony we're supposed to be between not just you two, but the world in general. Every one of us can help someone in a time of need. We have our time we can give. We have our talents. And trust me, being a musician is not one of my talents. But we have our treasures. Time, talent, treasures. And the treasures, usually monetary. We can help people, $5 here, $20 there, a couple thousand if we can do it in certain aspects. And there are a lot of great causes out there. But I'm just saying, what can we do here in our community to help our neighbor eat well? Make sure they can see above the weeds in their yard. Maybe pick up their children from school because they have a flat tire. Or buy them a new tire if you can. We don't do that. I live in California. I don't see that very often where I live. Well, growing up in Ohio, if somebody had a flat tire, a car didn't work. I remember us kids, and we pushing that car to a parking lot or working on it ourselves if we could. I remember that. And I remember growing up, if one of my friends wanted, hey, Mr. Skoda, can me and Joe go out into the movies or have some fun? And mom or dad would say, well, after the grass gets cut, or after the garage is painted, or after the trash is taken out. And guess what? The neighbor, our friends, would come over with their lawnmowers from their house and cut the grass. They'd come over on the weekend with a paintbrush and help paint the garage or pick up leaves or trash. Volunteerism, it's just kind of doing the right thing. And when's the right time? The right time to do the right thing is all the time. We should always be looking for ways to do the right thing all of the time. Now, many, many years ago, after I retired from the Air Force, it came with some financial problems, some issues. And believe it or not, when we retire, we get like a third or fourth of our pay. We don't get the full amount. And that's not a lot of money to live off here in California. So I found myself in a homeless shelter for 6 months, 2008. Now, the first month or two, I really needed it. I needed to save money. And they did give us dinner. Lunch was kind of on me, and I had a place to sleep. And breakfast had a lot to be desired. It was usually some day-old pastries or so, and I rarely went that route. But once I figured out what was doing and got with the groove and helped others write resumes and find jobs, drive them to interviews, buy some others lunch, or maybe give an ice cream cone to their kids. That's volunteerism. That's serving. That's giving what I can. And it wasn't always money, just driving someone to a job interview and they got it. You see the smile and they're thanking you over and over again. I had trouble finding my own job. Maybe it was overqualified. Maybe I'm overconfident. Maybe I'm undesired. Who really knows? But I found my purpose was helping others find those jobs. My purpose was writing not just resumes for people, but even cover letters. And I found out through helping interview a lot of these people I come into contact with to help them become a better interviewer or interviewee. Oh, you know the word, when they were doing the real process. See, I would write a resume for someone and I would interview them for practice. And I would do 2 interviews usually. One would be, okay, looks great. Tell me about your life. That's exciting. You'd be a great attribute to our organizations. And then sometimes I'd switch the hat around. So what do you do for my company? Why should I hire you over the next guy? So there's a big break in job history here. What have you been doing? I would give 2 different aspects to the same job using their same resume. Because in life, we don't know what's going to be thrown at us. We don't know what rocks or obstacles or broken musical instruments are going to get in our way from our purpose. And often our purpose is our job until we figure things out. When you're so nice to someone all the time, this is different than helping someone with groceries or mowing their lawn or babysitting from time to time. That's a different story, unless you're being taken advantage of. But when we're too nice to someone for so long, an able-bodied person can get used to it and think that's the way the world is, always kind of nice. And even in that situation, you and I can be taken advantage of. And of course, just the opposite. If you're mean all the time, and the grumpy old man or wicked woman walking down the street, that can turn people off also. It will turn people away, which is good if you want them away. But there's going to come a time in life where you're going to need somebody to wash your windows, put gas in your car, cut your grass, potentially bring groceries over because of maybe a lack of income that month. Maybe a loved one is sick or ill, or worse yet, a death came in the way. Maybe you're behind on your rent payments, you lost your job. Whatever, we all are going to go through things like that. Those special challenges where can really use a little help right now. Maybe I need a dozen eggs. Maybe I need my gas filled up just to help me get across town and get the kids to school. And in today's environment, today's society, today's government, our gas is very expensive. So make sure if you're asking for that you really need it. It's a big deal. We have a lot of giving people in America, lots of them. And some of us give till it hurts. Give till it hurts. And God always says, give and serve and help others, and totally understand it. But sometimes we get taken advantage of. I know. I've been taken advantage of so many times. And I've served food at the homeless shelter, and I've served in the soup kitchens, and I've helped people fix their homes and do some other things. And I often open up my wallet and give out some money. And I don't mind it, but sometimes it affects my bottom line or affects time with my loved ones when I'm out doing stuff for other people all the time. What we're supposed to be doing is helping others feed themselves, right? You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, he can fish for a lifetime. We heard those sayings, and that's fairly true. You teach people skills or confidence or even help them make a resume that can help them support themselves and their own families, of course. Now, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm a network marketer and direct sales and whatever you want to call it. I'm a marketer. And I found that very difficult in the beginning because first I had to convince myself I was a salesperson. And here I am on a video right now selling myself to you with my In the Office episode and Rah Rah and Social Media Shows Network. When we get over ourselves and think we're too good for sales or too good for marketing, then life can really change for the better. I'm developing a coaching program to help people find their own purpose and their vision and get them started on the way. And I don't care if you just want to go back to college. I left college, went back, left college, went back. It helped me generally with lots of different kinds of knowledge. It even helped me think of entrepreneurship. But it wasn't always necessary. Formal education isn't necessary for everyone. But an education is definitely necessary. So if you have a marketer or salesperson want to take you under the wing and teach you a few things, pay attention. They're the ones making things happen in this world. If you happen to work for the oil company, well, if you're one of these up here in part of the network, what do you call it? The master supervisor role, or even better, management, you can do really well here. The bottom guy does okay. But what happens if they close that oil well, that oil rig, or the trucks are off the road and no longer drivers are doing that? Or some people want us to go 100% electric in the next few years and all the oil companies get totally shut down. What are you going to do then? Hopefully you saved a lot of that money and try to develop a skill in learning the electric business just a little bit better so some of it can be transferable in the future. But what if you can't? What if you're getting up there 50, 60, 70 years of age and you still have to work, but you lost the job due to circumstances, due to government regulations, due to fraudulent going on in your company? What are you going to do? How are you going to overcome? What can you do? Now, I've noticed a lot of people, even though people are going back to work, I notice a lot of people still not working. And they're sitting at home, unemployment's running out. Maybe they're doing DoorDash or some other kind of delivery or cutting grass on the side. Hopefully they are. We all need to be doing something. But some are still just sitting back, hoping their life's going to change. Hoping things will get better, hoping they go back to what they were doing before, making even more money. Some of those hopes came true, but the majority hasn't. There's no hoping. It's called planning. You had a year off, 2 years off, 2 months off. What'd you do during that time to develop a certain mindset and a skill set so you would be prepared to beat that person who's also going with a job application or resume to compete for the same job you are? What's going to make you stand out? I talked a little bit earlier about resumes. Like, okay, you didn't work for 6 months. What did you do? Now, I'm a Toastmaster. I'm constantly out there speaking, developing skills, and helping others along their path. I've got that covered. But if you can't find a job and you're already a Toastmaster, you still want to edge, volunteer, serve, get in the community, give it to Chamber of Commerce, give it to the local Veterans of Foreign Wars, American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, and find out how you can serve them and help them. We just had a flag day. We needed people to put flags up and take them down the next day and put chairs up and help us with their sound system. A lot of churches are always looking for help with ushering and set up sound systems also. Volunteer your time. It comes back. You may not get pay. You may get a meal if you're lucky, or gas money. You may get nothing, but you'll get rewarded where it really counts. Those that sit back and shut the door, don't want anyone to see us and how we're doing, or don't answer the phone when they call, or put on that front, how you doing? I'm okay. You sure? I'm okay. Everything's right. You're not going to get the help that you need. We sometimes have to humble ourselves and say, yeah, I've got an issue. I can really use a little bit of help right now, or someone just to talk to. We all need someone just to talk to. Maybe not every day, but on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be a professional psychologist. Just a friend, just a neighbor, just someone who cares. We have those 1-800 helplines for those who are depressed, anxiety, thinking about committing suicide. And please don't. Please don't. You know, we are getting to be an overcrowded world, and we are letting people come to the United States of America who don't have the same ideals as most Americans do, and they want to change it. We can still say, no, you can't come in our country, and be compassionate about it. We do give billions of dollars to many countries around the world to help them with their issues, but we can't take care of everyone at once. We can't. We still have a lot of Americans who are suffering here in our own land. A lot of veterans who are homeless in our own land. A brother or sister we haven't seen in years in our homeland. We know a lot of people are struggling and suffering everywhere. It's everywhere, not just on the news. You walk down the street almost in your backyard. And we can't just turn our noses and pretend it's not in front of us. Sure, we can't, most of us can't just give $100 everyone we come into contact with, but you can sometimes. Or we can't put someone in a room for a night, or at least get them a good meal sometimes. Pray, really pray and think and feel in your heart what you can do. Remember, we have time, we have talents, and we have treasures. And we only have so much of any one of them. Use it wisely and find a way to serve others. Find a way to find your own purpose and help others find that purpose again. Find ways to volunteer what you do have, and find treasures, talents you do have. And you'll be rewarded, like I said. One day you and I are going to wish someone would cut our grass or bring us groceries. Yeah, sir, if you're rich, that's pretty much taken care of. Someone's paid to do all those things. But who's there to really care for you? I have a 96-year-old Japanese lady. She's American, lives across the street from me. And sometimes she'll be banging on the window, can you take me to the store? Or the other neighbors and say, can you drive me here? And she goes for a walk in the morning with her walker, and goes for a later afternoon, early evening walk also. Wears a fluorescent vest. And one of the kindest people I know, very kind, and any woman bent over backwards to help her. But when her daughter comes to visit, she does quite often also, does some great cooking, she makes sure that her daughter brings food to us neighbors who are helping mom out. She makes sure that we're thanked and so that we're appreciated. You see, she maybe not doing the cooking herself. Maybe she's always not doing the driving, and she doesn't really call us, but she'll come out and say, I need your help, and we'll help. And we're not doing it for the cookie and the cooking and the brownies and other things coming our way. We do it because we genuinely care, and we don't necessarily have to know every neighbor in your neighborhood, but you should know the ones around you. And if one around me is 96 years old, I want to know her and her family if possible. I may need her help one day. She got her own little network going on. I may need her help one day. Find a way to serve, show some love and compassion now while you can, and bring that harmony in your neighborhood, your community, in your life. We need each other. Life's not perfect. Make it better, make it worse. Gas prices may even double. And some people wish it would. We need to stop beating up one another and realize we're all human beings, but we can't take care of the world. We're all human beings, and we need to show compassion. But don't let anyone take advantage of you. And people sometimes take advantage and don't even realize it. But it's up to you and I to set boundaries. Like, this is all I can do right now. I wish you the best on your conquest of this journey we call life, and really encourage you once again to find a little peace and harmony with serving and helping others. And more importantly, find out who you are and surround yourself with like-minded people, positive-minded people, so you can get where you're going. Life can be great. It's up to you to take action. Well, you're in the office with G.I. Joe Skoda. Over and out. And thank you for listening. And please subscribe to the channels, josephskoda.com. Bye now. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.